What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing? I don't know if anybody watched the Monday Night Football game yesterday, but obviously right now as Arizona Cardinal fans, we are kind of hoping for a higher draft pick. And there was an opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals to have a higher draft pick yesterday on Monday Night Football, with the Saints just letting it slip away and having the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended up beating the Saints yesterday. But for the most part of that game, the Saints were holding their own. So definitely kudos to the Saints for doing what they did, but they couldn't hold on to it. The Arizona Cardinals, as of right now, still has the 8th overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Come one, come all. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys haven't done so already, definitely do me a huge favor. Smack the like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content, ladies and gentlemen. Every Monday through Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, we go ahead and go live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Now, obviously, if you haven't took a look at the banner or the title of this video, we're going to specifically talk about Kyler Murray, right? Now, I'm not one of those guys that get very bent out of shape if we have a disagreement or anything like that. I mean, that's why I have this channel, right? Because we all have different opinions, right? Now, on Sunday, I was trying to host a roundtable pertaining to Kyler Murray and trying to figure out hey, how do you think the Arizona Cardinals should approach this? So if you don't like the, Kyler Murray, how do you think, and nobody came, literally nobody came. It's like when you try to make a party, right? You're all excited over the weekend. You start sending out invitations to everybody, and then nobody shows up except for Jordan P. So definitely shout out to Jordan P for coming through and obviously participating in the roundtable. But that's just kind of how it is, right? So what we're going to do today is I ended up taking some screenshots of people's comments. Now, there is some negative comments out there that I actually just took the name out. So just FYI, if this is your comment, I don't want people to we know how social media is, right? So I don't want people to attack. So I do have some screenshots that don't have any names to it. So just FYI, it's only just to kind of protect, and I don't want anybody to bash or anything like that. But there is some comments that are coming through that does have some, screenshots with names and stuff like that. So that just FYI, that's why your name was taken off, if it was taken off from this comment. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about today Kyler Murray and all the hate that he's getting, and everything is just getting absolutely loud for the Arizona Cardinals right now, sitting at 4-8, and the Arizona Cardinals have a primetime game this coming Monday against the Patriots, which honestly is a game that I'm assuming the Patriots are going to want to win. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the Arizona Cardinals, but regardless, we're here. We got 5 more games. I'm only hoping the Arizona Cardinals can win games, but truth of the matter is, I don't know. I feel like there's at least 3 or 4 teams in the last stretch that are going to want to win these games over the Cardinals. So we have an opportunity to play some spoilers, but let's see what happens, right? It's kind of one of those things where we're just playing the waiting game and figuring it out. So let's go ahead and do this situation. I got this topic that we're going to be talking into, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's going to be called The Kyler Murray Hate is Getting Loud. So I got so many screenshots that we're going to dive right into. Now, if you agree with it, obviously definitely go ahead and, talk it up in the chat. If you don't agree with it, obviously talk it up in the chat as well. If you do want to get involved in the conversation, conversation as well, the best way to do it is doing a super chat, just obviously. Now, we're going to be focusing specifically on these comments that I ended up screenshotting before the show. So let's dive right into it. Now, before we get into these screenshots, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and give you an update on my poll question that I ended up having yesterday. So I ended up putting this poll question up yesterday pertaining to Kyler Murray. Now, I wanted to very quickly give another disclaimer here because a lot of people don't read everything, and a lot of people are under the impression that I want to get rid of Kyler Murray. So full disclaimer here, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I asked this question and I said it down there, please click on the read all so you can get the whole context, but I says don't rip my head off. A lot of people's talking about this. I just want to gauge on the percentage. Now, if you guys don't know this, I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and I have YouTube as well. So within that, I at least have 1,000 followers on each of those platforms. So I hear a lot of different things from a lot of different fans, right? From the Twitter world, from the Instagram world, and as well from the YouTube world, which is going to be the majority of where these screenshots actually come from. So keep that in mind in terms of how we're going to be basically talking about this. So this is going to be the gists of what we're talking about, right? So I ended up putting this poll question saying, who wants Kyler Murray gone next year? And we have a close 30%, right? It's 28% technically, but very close to a third of the fan base is saying that they want Kyler Murray traded next year, or maybe not traded, but getting rid of Kyler Murray. Now, obviously, we got the 72% saying hell no. So this is kind of where we're at, right? So this is a conversation that needs to be had. And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, right? They almost kind of point to me saying things like, Mike, why are you talking about this? Well, the biggest reason why is because the fan base is talking about this. And if the fan base is talking about it, it's something that needs to be said. So I feel like we need to squash it. I feel like we need to talk about it. Let me get to my first super chat of the day. We got my guy, Ty Thurman. What's up, Ty? Thank you so very much for the super chat. He says, in the Hard Knocks, it looks like Cliff tells Kyler where to throw. Kyler likes to blame that, but as a quarterback, you can change the play on 4th and 1. This is very true. This is absolutely very, very, very true. 100%. Now, I know that the hate has gotten very, very loud. And to me, I think criticism is warranted, right? On Kyler Murray. I absolutely do. I'm not one of those guys that are like, yeah, Kyler Murray's the best. Don't ever, no. I mean, you guys talk about it as much as you want, honestly. Now, the reason of the title of this video is because obviously it gets the people in, right? To have this conversation. So I do agree that Kyler Murray has blame. 100%. I agree. I agree that he's regressed. I agree that he does not feel and look like MVP Kyler Murray of last year. 100% agree with that. Now, to me, I guess the main thing that I'm kind of going based off of is basically like the people that are saying trade Kyler Murray, the people that are saying release Kyler Murray. Like, that's what I don't get, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what's your plan, right? What's the plan if this is going to be the route? Now, that's one of the main reasons why I opened up my roundtable, because I'm like, hey, bro, let me know. Okay, I'm hearing you out, but let me know. But obviously, nobody showed up because nobody has a plan and what they want to do. All they want to know is getting rid of Kyler is going to be the future. But that doesn't give us anything. That doesn't give us anything to kind of really go based off stuff. But I do agree with you, Ty. 100%. I think Kyler Murray does have fault. 100%. He does have fault. I'm not saying 100% is on Kyler, but I do agree with the narrative that Kyler Murray has regressed. Kyler Murray needs to be better. Kyler Murray needs to play to his contract. I agree with that. Facts. I'm just not agreeing with the people that are saying get rid of Kyler Murray or trade him, because it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of him. I do got 2 more super chats, and then we're going to go into the screenshots. We got my guy saying, hey, Mike, I will be at work watching you about Kyler. He's the best quarterback we've had in a while. Facts. Give him a new coach and a GM and he'll succeed. Absolutely. And this is what my narrative is saying as well, right? This is what my crazy little mind is telling me as well. Like, I've seen enough from Kyler that I know that he can be fixed. It's just, I think we need somebody else to help him out, get to that level. Let's get to Seth here. Seth says, well, Mike, not trading Kyler Murray this year, but I realize that we will be at the Pats. Night. Also, you're going to be at the Pats Bronco. Oh, heck yeah, man. Well, kudos. That's absolutely amazing. Hopefully you have a good time there to those games. Appreciate you. All right, we got Jack with another super chat. Y'all being way too kind right now. Thank you so very much. Jack says, Kyler can be the guy, but the man needs to grow up. You cannot succeed without being a leader at the quarterback. Boom. Yeah, I agree, right? And I think there's something to be said about If you guys don't know, Kelvin Beacham actually had some sort of comments yesterday in the Twitter world. Now, let's dive into those real quick before we actually move into the screenshots that I actually ended up coming through. Let me get those screenshots for you guys real quick, or maybe I'll just share my screen. Because Kelvin Beacham, our sorry, blanking right now. our one of our offensive linemen that was the only guy who stayed healthy did have some words to say about Kyler Murray, right? Like, I'm not saying words like he's upset or anything like that, but he did have some things to say about Kyler. So let's dive right into those right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get these screenshots, and then we will be able to rock and roll and get through what we need to get through today. All right, so screenshots are being uploaded right now, and I apologize. I should have done this a little earlier. It just kind of came to mind that Kelvin Beacham did say something about him yesterday, and I definitely do think that it needs to be put on here and, obviously talked about. So let's get into those real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. This is what Kelvin Beacham said yesterday. Let's get this last screenshot. Perfect. So he's got one of three, right? So we got Tyler Drake from 98.7 FM, one of the guys that basically is very, very good at doing what he does pertaining to comments and stuff like that. So this is what Tyler Drake said. He says, Kelvin Beacham, when asked about Patrick Peterson's recent comments on Kyler Murray, and he said this: Patrick's been in the league a long time. He knows what to say and when to say it. What I would say about Kyler is that he's continued to mature. Now, there's another screenshot here. But so by no means is anybody perfect. Each of us has flaws. Kyler's doing everything he can to make sure he's putting his best foot forward week in and week out. He's continuing to show up. He's continuing to engage in his teammates outside of the building, which I'm happy about. He's doing what is necessary for him to mature and be the quarterback that we need. So that's a lot to unfold right there, right, ladies and gentlemen? That's a lot to unfold there. Now, Soul Pancakes, I do see your super chats. I will be getting to them right now. I apologize about the delay. Those are very, very good words here from our guy, Kelvin Beacham, the only offensive lineman that actually stayed healthy throughout this year, right? Now, for me, I think Kelvin Beacham is saying that, yes, Kyler Murray has flaws. Nobody is perfect. And that's not a shot at Kyler Murray. He's saying everybody in the entirety of the Arizona Cardinals, nobody is perfect, including Kyler Murray. But in his opinion, he feels like everything is taking the steps in the right direction for him to get to that level. Now, why is it taking this long, right? And I think that's what a lot of people are frustrated about, right? Why is it taking this long? Being that you're a franchise quarterback, we kind of want that as a fan base for you to automatically know how to be a leader of men, right? But obviously, Kyler Murray is built from a different cloth. Now, that's not an excuse, but Kyler Murray has actually said this before, that he is not a guy that is a rah-rah type of guy. He's not. He's not a guy that's a rah-rah type of guy. He's a lead by example type of guy. That's when things go really well for the Arizona Cardinals. When things go very well, things go very well. When things go very bad, that's when you see Kyler Murray at his worst. And I think that's what we're starting to see, right? 4-8. But the truth of the matter is that Kyler Murray just wants to win. Now, is he approaching this the right way? Probably not, right? He probably isn't approaching this the right way. Being grumpy and sitting in the sidelines isn't the right way. I do agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But the narrative of, all these things that's coming out is kind of getting to a point where if we want this kid to succeed, it's not going to happen, right? Because obviously the Arizona Cardinals put an addendum out there and let it leak that he needs to watch homework and film. That's not going to be a very good start to get your franchise quarterback to a level that you guys want to get to, right? So it's just kind of a lot of yuckiness right now. But let me get to my guy Soul Pancakes before we get into the other screenshots. He says Kyler has had multiple routes and reads in 90% of concepts. He has had the reads to the boundary and read to the fields and read to the field side. And Kyler has a freedom to change the play since 2020. So you're on the situation that Kyler Murray is obviously has to blame to this. Okay. Also DM me next time. I'll be okay. Appreciate you, Soul Pancakes. Thank you so very much, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I do agree with this. I 100% agree with this. This is where I'm kind of coming from, where I know Kyler Murray has to blame, right? I know he does. But the truth of the matter is that, like, if Cliff can't get to Kyler, right? And I'm not trying to bash on Cliff. And I've said this on my last stream yesterday. Cliff probably knows more football than I could even imagine to know about football. I'm never going to sit here and say I know more football than Cliff does or any head coach that gets in the position. I'm not going to say that because I don't. I don't. But if it isn't working, why don't we try something new? That's kind of where I'm coming from. But I do agree with what you guys are saying, right? Kyler should be doing these things to change it up. Right now, this 4th and 1, when he said things like this is, systematically effed, it made it seem like he was throwing the coach under the bus, right? At least that's how the media perceived it, and they ran with it, right? They absolutely ran with it. So Kyler Murray needs to kind of also know that if he didn't mean that, then maybe don't say it that way. But if he did mean it, then okay, message was received, because we all know now that Kyler Murray and or Cliff don't see eye to eye with each other. But it's not Cliff's fault on 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1 when Kyler Murray is throwing the ball deep down the field. And we've all been complaining about this, not even this year. We complained about it last year and year 2, right? So we know, right? Those are the things that we know that Kyler Murray struggles with, where it's just not working out for Kyler. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we need somebody here that's going to be able to do more accountability, more something where we're going to have Kyler Murray sit down to a person he's going to listen to. Now, if he can't listen to a Sean Payton or any other coach that has done it in the NFL, then I think I'm sold, right? As a Cardinal fan, because we've all been hearing he's uncoachable. We've all been hearing things like, Kyler this, Kyler that. But to me, I want to try a different route personally. Now, are you saying I'm making excuses for Kyler? Probably. But quarterbacks don't grow on trees, ladies and gentlemen. That's just an absolute fact. We've never had a young quarterback as young as Kyler Murray. The last time we've drafted a young quarterback was in 1997. Plummer. That was the last time we've had it. We're so used to Carson Palmer. We're so used to Warner. We're so used to them. They came in as veteran quarterbacks. They've done this quarterbacking in years. So they had so much experience coming into the NFL with that level of knowledge, where Kyler Murray's coming in here playing one good year in OU, and we gave him a rookie head coach and expected for him to be like, you run this ship and you get better. Like, I feel like there's flaws there. I feel like there's flaws from this organization that thought that they were going to be able to take this approach and get the job done. Kyler Murray has had very, very good things about Kyler Murray, right? Run out of the pocket. He gets super fast. He was said to be very accurate coming out of college. But the truth of the matter is he really had one great year in OU. One. So for me, as a fan, I think that the Arizona Cardinals set him out to fail from the get. You're not going to put a rookie head coach out there, ladies and gentlemen, with a rookie quarterback that has only really done football in this collegiate level and then throw him into the NFL and try to save this franchise. Come on, y'all. That's just kind of where I'm coming from. Let me get to the Soul Pancake super chat here. He says, because Kyler can't go under center. He doesn't target the middle of the field. No coach can change the vision. So this right here, and this is a great conversation to have, and I'm glad you actually brought it up, Soul Pancakes. Appreciate you. So this whole under center thing, it needs to happen. I don't care if Kyler Murray doesn't want to do it. The days of the organizations being too scared of Kyler, that needs to get thrown out. Why? If this is true, right? If this narrative is true that Kyler Murray doesn't want to go under center because he doesn't like it, he does blah, 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 I don't care. If I was in this Arizona Cardinal organization with a leadership role, I would sit down at Kyler Murray and say, I don't care that you don't like to go under center. You are going to, because this is what we're going to try to approach. This shotgun thing is being found out already by multiple defenses. I agree with what you're saying. I just don't know 100% sure if he is actually right, like against it. You might be right. I mean, you might be right pertaining to that. But like, I don't 100% know. But as an organization, I would say, I don't care, quarterback. We're paying you $230 million. You're going to get under center or do anything this coach tells you to do. Now, is Cliff scared of him? I don't know. Is the organization scared of Kyler? I don't know. Right? It's kind of one of those unknown things. But to me, I would take this approach differently because I don't think anything's working out to the way that Cliff Kingsbury is doing it. Now, I'm not saying Cliff Kingsbury's to blame for everything in this whole debacle. It's the whole organization. It is, right? And I know Cliff gets a lot of heat. And I've been one of them too that says, oh yeah, Cliff. And I've been at fault for that. I have been. But truth of the matter is that this organization has been a dumpster fire from the get. And the only person that can do it is Kyler Murray. That's it. It's just straight facts. Kyler Murray is going to be the only one that's going to be able to get this going for the organization. So let's continue with the screenshots. I'm sorry it took 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all the super chatters that are getting involved in the chat. Thank you so very much. It means the world. So we want to talk about this, right? We have a third of the votes, and I'm not saying this third is the whole fan base. I'm fully aware, but at the moment, we had 1 day of this going through, and we have people saying trade him this offseason. So about a third, actually under a third, so close to 30% wants Kyler Murray gone next year. So let's go into the screenshots and let's see what we have to say pertaining to Kyler Murray and, what they want. So this is from the first screenshot that we have here. We have SS Sadler 1121. He says trade him if someone else wanted to overpay. I think he's good and has still untapped upside, but at the same time, not sure that he's the guy. And I think even Cardinal fans that are on Kyler Murray's side has, a little bit to do with what you're saying here, right? I think we have that same feeling of we kind of almost have to ride with Kyler Murray. Now, I've been an advocate of him getting paid, right? Now, that might be one of my situations where I might have to eat crow, right? Because I remember this offseason saying, you got to pay Kyler, you got to pay Kyler, you got to pay Kyler, right? That might have been something where I might have goofed up on. But to me, I'm not going to worry about things that happen. And if it isn't working, I'm going to try to find something new to try to fix it, right? But I see with what you're saying there, my dude. Let's keep going to another screenshot. We have my guy saying, so it's Wally Man 100. He says, to be honest with you, I've come across these people. And they still are stuck in the Kurt Warner era. The fact that all they talk about is the QB position tells me they don't know anything about football and they're just fans. Die-hard fans are different and know exactly who needs to be replaced. I appreciate the comment there. And so this is kind of one of those things, right, where we have a lot to kind of dive into with this topic, right? I do agree with you. I'm right there with you when I'm saying, like, I think everybody's opinion is valid. I think everybody's opinion can be valid, right? But it's not just one person, right? It isn't. And here's the thing. You get rid of Cliff, cool. It can happen. You can't get rid of Kyler. You just can't. And I'm not saying you can't do it because I love Kyler. It's just because we put him in a contract that as of right now, I don't know if anybody wants to touch that contract because of what the narratives are out there, right? It's almost like the Arizona Cardinals try to teach him a lesson saying you have a homework addendum, but they ended up biting them in the butt. You know what I mean? Now this homework addendum is now biting the Arizona Cardinals organization in the butt because now we are seeing what Kyler Murray looks like this year, and I don't think any organization probably wants to touch that contract. I could be wrong. But I mean, we'll see. Let's continue with the next screenshot. We got my guy Elliot Stevens. Appreciate you, brother. He says anyone that's saying to trade him has no actual plan on getting a better QB. Why do you think the Vikings stay with the guy like Kirk Cousins? They understand quarterbacks don't grow on trees, ladies and gentlemen. You trade this kid away and watch him prosper somewhere else, and you'd be sick. Enough with this nonsense. Woo! Boy. That's a lot to unfold there, ladies and gentlemen. But I do agree, right? When I held my Arizona Cardinal roundtable yesterday, on Sunday, nobody showed up. Jordan P was the only dude there. And I got my guy Soul Pancakes telling me to DM next time. And most likely we'll do that. But nobody had a plan. Like, nobody has a plan for what to do with Kyler Murray. Nobody does. They just say, get rid of him. Cardinals, you figure it out. Get rid of Kyler. Give me a plan. What do you think we should do? Because right now, the Arizona Cardinals are trending towards a top 10 pick. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are trending towards a top 10 pick. And there's these draft geniuses right now, right? The draft people that are saying there might be 5 quarterbacks going in the top 10, top 15. Snap. Well, I mean, what's your plan if you want to get rid of Kyler Murray? Like, what is it? Because quarterbacks don't grow on trees. You're right. They don't grow on trees. The last time we drafted a quarterback was in 1977 with Jake Plummer. Second round. I do feel like we're so used to Kurt Warner. I do feel like we're used to Carson Palmer. We are. But those players that came in, if those players that actually came in, they had so much experience in the quarterback position. So much. We just told Kyler, here's the keys to the organization, the dumpster fire of an organization, what the Cardinals are. You fix it. I'm going to give you a rookie head coach, Kyler Murray. Fix it. That's what we told Kyler Murray. It doesn't work like that. Let me get to my super chat here from BBHALV. He says, we should have gotten a new coach to test Kyler Murray, but nope, we signed everyone. This draft was supposed to be the QB heavy. Maybe draft a QB just in case, but I don't want Kyler to pull a Baker, what he did to the Browns. Bam. Yeah, brother. Yeah. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to get a new head coach, right? And I'm not trying to bash on Cliff. I'm not trying to. Some people might still think that I'm trying to bash on him, and that's fine. That's your opinion. It's very important for us to try to figure out what was going on here, right? And now we are in a state where we're 4-8, and everybody's pointing the finger at everybody different. It's the injuries, it's Kyler, it's Cliff, it's Kime, it's Michael Bidwell, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. This is the result of people saying, well, we're an 11-win team. This is the result. Everybody got paid. Kyler got paid. Cliff got paid. Kime got paid. Why? Why? This was supposed to be the prove it year. If we didn't pay Kyler, we wouldn't be having this situation. We wouldn't be having this topic, right? We wouldn't be having this topic right now. We didn't pay Kyler. You pay Kyler, you have to pay the rest. It's just what it is. Let's keep going with the screenshots. I had this one here. I took out the name because this is kind of the narrative that we're dealing with right now, right? I want just to kind of throw something out there. No, I don't think he's an overrated Ewok myself, but this is kind of what people are saying right now, right? Like it just keeps going, right? It keeps going. Let's get to AAAGGG. He says he needs to grow the F up and be a leader, period. This I do agree with. This I do agree with. Yeah, for sure. The grumpy cat, we're done with it. When things go bad, it needs to get better, right? We need to find a leader that's going to be able to get this team together. I do agree with that. Let's keep going with the super chats. Okay, I think we just reread this one. Okay, this is the next one here. There's been years of reports of Kyler being selfish, a non-leader, doesn't study, etc., etc. The fact that P2, a former teammate, confirmed it tells you all you need to know. P2 hasn't said nothing about any other teammate ever. He's right. Cliff is the scapegoat. So I took the name out of that one, just FYI. So if you guys see your comments, just FYI, I'm taking the names off because I don't want any bashing or anything like that to happen. So this is true, right? We have heard the reports. We have heard a lot of people say things like this pertaining to Kyler. But like that's also on the Arizona Cardinals. Why would you pay him, right? Or because we do like these things called like the personality test coming into the draft. Like the Cardinals made a decision, right? It's almost kind of like we made our bed. Now we have to kind of, lay in our bed. That it is what it is. Let's continue with the screenshots here. We got my guy saying Tua, Hurts, Burrow, Herbert, Murray. In what key way is Kyler Murray different than the 4 quarterbacks listed before him? I can't remember the last time, or any time for that matter, that I had to hear about Tua's, Hurts, Burrow, Herbert's social media activity. God, I long for a quarterback who isn't removing stuff from Instagram, and when asked about another athlete tweeting about him, he's simply responding with, I don't follow that stuff. I mean, that's a great call out. I mean, that's a great call out. right? It's true. We had the situation where this offseason, we all were not all, I'm sorry, not all. There's some people that didn't care, but me, right? I was like, oh my God, Kyler Murray scrubbed the Cardinals away from the social media. This is bad. This is bad news, right? Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. It's just, it's hard for me as a Cardinal fan to continue to bash on the player. Like, I just think it's the organization. I think it's the organization. I just think we're a dumpster fire of an organization. Like, name me another organization that this happens to, right? Where's our PR people to stop this stuff from happening? It's crazy, y'all. It's a crapshoot. It really is. Like, this organization is a crapshoot. I love them dearly. I really do. And it sometimes hurts my soul. But let's continue with the screenshots. He says Kyler Murray is selfish, and as long as Kyler Murray keeps being a diva, we're going to suck. I mean, to this one here, it might come off an excuse. It might, right? So it might come off as an excuse. Kyler Murray has said multiple times that he just wants to win. I don't think Kyler Murray is taking the right approach, right? I don't think Kyler Murray is taking the right approach to it. But I do truly think deep down he wants to win. I know somebody said that Kyler Murray on the comments said that, not the comments, I'm sorry, that, well, I lost my train of thought. My goodness, I lost my train of thought, ladies and gentlemen. Sheesh. Okay, I lost my train of thought, ladies and gentlemen. And the biggest fan right now, the biggest reason why is because we just got reports, ladies and gentlemen. We just got a breaking news right now from the NFL. Sorry, breaking news from the NFL. I do see your super chat there, BBH. Give me 1 second. We got breaking news, not from the Cardinals, just FYI, not from the Cardinals, but we do got breaking news going on. We got a firing in the NFL, and it is from Ian Rappaport. He's saying the Titans are firing GM John Robinson per me and Tom Pelissero. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a firing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a firing. It's not from the Cardinals. If you guys are excited, I'm sorry if I got you excited, but breaking news that's happening in the world of the NFL right now. We got breaking news. Here it is. Here's the screenshot, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up here pretty soon. Ian Rappaport is reporting this. The Titans are firing GM John Robertson per me and Tom Pelissero. Oh boy. Here we go. Let the firings continue, ladies and gentlemen. Where are the Titans at right now in the standings? Where are the Titans at right now in the standings? The Titans are sitting at 7-5. The Titans are sitting at 7-5, ladies and gentlemen, and they just fired their GM. We're sitting at 4-8. Oh my goodness, here we go. There is a owner right there that cares for their fans, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news just went down in the world of the NFL. We got a GM firing. It's not Steve Keim. We'll see what happens there and now. We got a guy, Brandon, saying all GMs have the same thing. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let me get to BBH super chat here. Appreciate you the contribution. He says this. It's a shame that Bidwell's got this fan base divided. I blame him because he's the owner and puts the leaders together. Boom. Boom. BBH coming up with some facts. BBH coming up with some facts. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get back to your super chat, BBH, but you're 100%. This man looks like Steve Keim. My goodness, this dude looks like Steve Keim. When I first looked at it, that's what actually stopped me in my tracks, ladies and gentlemen. This stopped me in my tracks. Tell me this. Can I get some fire emojis in the comments below? Fire emojis. Well, this boy looks like Steve Keim. I'm just retweeting this right now. That boy looks like Steve Keim with hair. Steve Keim with boy. I think that's what stopped me in my tracks, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. John Robinson. Can we just call him Steve Keim? Can we just call it good and call my goodness? That looks like Steve Keim. Wow. I literally thought that was him. We got a guy and Keim's brother. Bro, that's facts, man. That's actually factual right there. All right, let's continue with the super chat. I do agree with this, BBH. I 100% agree with this. I think it's very unfortunate that we're here as a fan base, right? And I know we all just want to win, right? The people that are saying they don't like Kyler, the people that are saying they do like Kyler, bro, this is nothing to do. Like, I welcome you with open arms. I have nothing but saying, if I see you in real life, hey, brother, I appreciate you, right? Thanks for being a Cardinal fan is all I'm going to tell you ever in my life. All I'm going to say. Because it's hard being a Cardinal fan. And I know we're all just kind of grasping at straws right now, ladies and gentlemen. We want to find a winning answer here. We want to find a winning solution for our team. And that's all this is coming from, right? It's a place of love. It's a place of a situation that we're dealing with. Like, we just want to win. Like, that's legit all it is, ladies and gentlemen. We just want to win. But being right, you're right, man. Michael Bidwell might be the dude that just, it's keeping this organization from keep moving on. It's stubbornness. Stubborn. I want Keim gone over Cliff, literally. And I know people don't agree with me with that. I want Keim gone over Cliff. If you were going to make me choose one right now, Mike, you tell me right now, gun to the head, you're going to choose one person to get fired. Give me another year of Cliff and fire Keim. Facts. If it had to be one person. Obviously, if both of them need to go, they need to go. Dumpster fire. Let's go. Kick them out. Keim's got to go. Looks like Keim with red hair, right? With hair just in general, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's absolutely factual right there, man. Oh, buddy, dude, that does look like Keim. Y'all, yeah, y'all in the chat, appreciate you for giving me that gem right there. Had to retweet that myself here because that does look like Keim in a heartbeat. Wow. Bryce, no worries, brother. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully everybody's having a good day so far. So we just want to win, right? That's just kind of what we're dealing with right now, right? We got all these screenshots with a lot of people just trying to find different solutions, right? Different solutions to a very ugly problem that we're dealing with right now, right? And that is we paid our franchise quarterback and we're just kind of in a situation where we just don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. We're looking to our leaders right now. We're looking to our leaders to try to get this right. Yeah, we're looking to our leaders to try to get this right, and they can't get it right. And I think that's what a lot of fans are sitting at right now, right? So for the fans that don't like Kyler, that's cool, man. That's fine. No heat off my back. My only problem is that we can't get rid of him, right? That's my only kind of rebuttals. We can't get rid of him. We kind of have to kind of roll with them. It's easier to get rid of a coach and a GM than it is to get rid of a quarterback. I don't want to get rid of Kyler. I've seen potential, right? Sounds like a very typical Cardinal fan, though, right? We always ride on potential. Like, that's all we do. That's all we do. We ride on potential. We got my guy over here. We got my guy in the chat saying Kyler got his money and now he's a bust. Just saying. So, okay, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that. Do you guys really feel like Kyler Murray got paid and now he doesn't care? I mean, I think it's a very valid, point to talk about, right? Do you guys think that now that Kyler got paid, he doesn't care? I'm gonna go a different way there. The truth, and I appreciate you, right? I appreciate you for being in the chat and being very active in the chat. That's what this obviously channel's about. Nobody has bad opinions. Well, maybe somebody might, but I mean, this might be one of those things that a lot of people feel. I don't think he's a bust. I don't think he's a bust, personally. I think that Kyler Murray allows his emotions to get the best of him. And it's a bad place to be. It's an absolute bad place to be. And his leadership qualities isn't the leadership qualities that we're used to seeing. And obviously the Arizona Cardinals are struggling now, right? We're 4-8, and it's very easy to point the finger at Keim, Cliff, Kyler. It's super easy. I don't think he's a bust personally. But I appreciate you for being interactive on the chat. Here we go. Another super chat coming up here from Soul Pancakes. He said, sorry, Mike, we could have drafted Nick Bosa and then drafted her. Oh, Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the narrative, y'all. This is gonna be the narrative. Boy, tell me why I wanted Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams. I did. If you guys been rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here since the beginning, and I mean 2019, and there's not very many few of you, there has to be at least 5 or 10 of you guys that are still rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, right? It's been a long journey of this channel, right? A long journey of this channel here, ladies and gentlemen. You all know that me, I was willing to keep going with Rosen. But when I saw Kyler, I was like, okay, cool. I'm excited. Originally, I didn't think that was the route the Cardinals were going to take, but they did. And then I obviously ended up, but I did want Bosa and I did want Quinnen. Bosa obviously would have been the better option, and Bosa was better coming into the season. So that would have been the best pick for the Arizona Cardinals. But we're all living with those situations, right? Where like the CeeDee Lamb thing. Boy, if you've been rocking with the AZ Sports Fan since 2020, y'all know that I wanted CeeDee Lamb. Even when somebody asked me, do you want Isaiah Simmons or CeeDee Lamb? I was like, that's a tough choice there. But I want to get CeeDee Lamb. Trust me, y'all. Trust me. If we didn't do that, then we wouldn't have to trade our first round pick for Marquise Hollywood Brown and we can get a center, right? It's like, it's a lot of those situations where I don't think it quite worked out 100% the way that Steve Keim imagined it in his crazy little mind, right? I don't think it worked out the best way that Steve Keim imagined it in his crazy little mind. We all know and we all want this to be Keim, right? Although it looks like him, this man just has hair. But boy, when I saw this report, my heart dropped, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, let's go, Michael Bidwell. You're doing God's work right now. Yeah. I came out and said it before, 2019. Originally, I didn't want Kyler, not because I didn't believe in him. It's because I wanted to give Rosen more of an option. Now, we know how that bad came out, right? But you're right. You're right. If we knew Rosen was a bust by year 2, we had other options coming through with different draft picks. So, I mean, you're right there. Bosa would have been a nice pickup. CD would have been a nice pickup. I think I'm the only one that still feels like CD would have been a nice pickup. But y'all, it's yeah. I mean, there's no saying sorry. Soul Pancakes, don't say sorry. You feel the way that you feel. It's the way that it is, right? To multiple people, including myself, Kyler has not lived up to his contract. Yeah, I agree. But in order for me, as a Cardinal fan, I'm not going to dwell on what we have and continue to get a different result and roll with the same result, right? Or with the same people. To me, in my crazy little mind, I think because we paid the young man already, and obviously he's not having a good season, let's try to fix something to make him better, right? That's what I would do. Let's find a solution. Why don't we find a solution to this debacle? Right? Why don't we find a solution? And I swear to God, if the solution is let's run it back again with Steve Keim, then I don't know what to tell you there, ladies and gentlemen, because I truly don't feel like that's the right way to go for the Arizona Cardinals. We better not keep Steve Keim. I've been saying I was trying to flip tables from the beginning on this channel, and I think I might actually flip a table. Outside, of course, where my wife doesn't yell at me. So here we are, right? Here we are. Sitting in year 4, 4-8. We have a primetime game, which honestly, I was really hoping this primetime game would get flexed out of this primetime because I don't know if the Cardinals are going to show up in this game. I truly don't. We're going to be playing a Bill Belichick team, which the Bill Belichick team, right? The Patriots, they have something to fight for. They're 6-6 right now. They're 6-6. A very possible wild card spot for a game that can very well be a deciding factor for them going into, the postseason. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think Keim's the dude to do it, though. I don't think he's going to be. He's had 10 years. How much more can we learn from that, right? We got my guy Baz saying, finally, we got a franchise quarterback. And quarterback and Cardinal fans don't know how to act. It's just, I don't think fans are used to it. That's the problem, right? We're so used to these veteran quarterbacks coming in. But I remember Kurt Warner had his own share of issues, right? Do you all remember Kurt Warner was benched for Matt Leinart, and then Matt Leinart was benched for Kurt Warner? It was like a back and forth debacle where the Arizona Cardinal fans were split down the middle again. Use Kurt Warner, use Matt Leinart. It happened, right? I don't think fans are used to it. Oh my God, I forgot about Matt Leinart. Oh my God, how did I forget about Matt Leinart? He was also a first-round pick for the Arizona Cardinals as well. I don't think he was as high, right? He was the 10th overall pick, right? Am I tripping? First round, 10th overall pick. How the hell did I forget about Matt Leinart? Oh my goodness. I said the last time we drafted a young quarterback was with Jake Plummer in 97. Boy, was I wrong on that one. I whiffed that one up real quick. Matt Leinart. Boy, how did I forget about that? I guess it's easy to forget, right? It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But, I mean, I remember when fans were like, put Leinart in, put Warner in. It's one of those situations, y'all. What's up, Big Will? He says, I mean, we could have dropped the DK Metcalf, but we dropped the Andy Isabella, who isn't, yeah. And see, and that's another thing, right? That's another thing that we have to kind of, feel the level of frustration, because it's obvious that Keim wanted to build this roster by giving Kyler weapons, right? It's obvious. We got Zach Ertz, DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Hollywood Brown. They try to draft Rondell Moore. They try to draft Andy Isabella, all these young, small, wide receivers. They got an AJ Green. I don't think that's a weapon, but I feel like it's more of a liability. But it's obvious that that's the way that Steve Keim wanted to go this route, right? He wanted to go that route to build weapons. But he ignored the most important weapon, his line. I happen to remember some people saying that the offensive line was good coming into the season. I was like, it feels like a Band-Aid to me. It feels like one person down away from being an absolute debacle. Now, obviously, injuries, nobody can predict injuries, right? But boy, this offensive line has always been built the way that we build it. Let's get somebody who's leaving a team that didn't work out for. Let's get this undrafted person. It's always built like that. It's never built with actual, let's take some time to build this offensive line the right way. It never is. We had some very good offensive linemen that are doing very good for the teams that they're playing for right now. Very good. The Cardinals are keep getting weapons. The Cardinals right now are primed for a top 10 pick right now. Top 10 pick right now. I mean, that's exciting going into the offseason, right? That's exciting. The Arizona Cardinals are primed for a top 10 pick right now. Right now, we're sitting at the 8th overall spot. As of right now, top 10. Now, if you want to get those big difference makers, you might need to go into the top 5. And by the top 5, I mean if you want to get a Will Anderson Jr., a difference maker, you probably need to be in the top 5 to get something like that. Maybe the 3rd, maybe the 4th overall pick. Because 8, I don't think it's going to cut it. You might still be able to get a cornerback if the Arizona Cardinals go the offensive side. It needs to be an offensive lineman. It needs to be an offensive lineman, offensive side. I don't know if anybody disagrees with me on that one, but if the Arizona Cardinals goes offensive side, right, in the draft, it needs to be an offensive lineman. If they go defense, cool. We got picks. We got slim pick. We can do edge, cornerback, defensive lineman, like interior defensive lineman. We can go any which way. But there should be no reason the Arizona Cardinals should go offense and not go on offensive lineman. At this point, it's cooked. DJ Humphries is the only one that's future-wise. And this man has been hurt before he got a really good year after he got paid, and now he's hurt again. DJ Humphries has always been hurt. Always. Rodney Hudson has 1 foot out of retirement. Kelvin Beacham's really the only one doing anything. We got Smith looking pretty decent. We got Josh Jones looking pretty decent. So we got some pieces. We just need to continue to build it, right? Continue to build what we have. And to me, the guard positions are the really ones that I'm a little worried about. Now, I think the left guard, right, with Justin Pugh, because is Justin Pugh still in contract? I got to look that up next year. Shoot, I would plan something different for Justin Pugh's spot. I would. Maybe even center. Rodney Hudson isn't the future. Billy Price isn't the future, ladies and gentlemen. Mark says we should not have a top 10 pick. We should have a playoff run. Facts. Exactly. Exactly. No, you're right there. I mean, you're 100% there. You're 100% right. This is supposed to be the year of Super Bowl. Right here. Year 4. This is supposed to be the Super Bowl year for the Arizona Cardinals. Every new Arizona Cardinal fan, welcome to the crapshoot that we are. We're good 1 to 2 years. We rebuild for 4 or 5. It happens all the time. All the time. I think an offensive lineman is an absolute huge need for the Arizona Cardinals. Somebody for the future. Not somebody that we have for 1 or 2 years. I'm talking about something for the future. DJ Humphries-esque. And I'm honestly starting to doubt DJ Humphries with Josh Jones playing pretty decent. We got some people saying we're going to draft the linebacker. Oh my God, I'll throw up. I'll absolutely throw up if we get another linebacker. The cornerbacks, there's some really nice cornerbacks right now in the draft class, right? I mean, Marco Wilson, there's some people that like Marco Wilson. I don't know why, but there's some people like him. And that's cool, right? Me personally, I think quarterback would be also another good spot for the Arizona Cardinals to possibly go out and pull the trigger from. We got Cam Smith, South Carolina, Keely Ringo. Some good cornerbacks out there. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens, right? I mean, we're kind of long from the draft right now, and I don't want to get too deep into the draft prospects coming in right now, because then we have the whole offseason to talk about that. But you're right. This had to be a playoff run for the Arizona Cardinals, and instead, we're sitting here. Here we go. Jordan P, what's up, Jordan? He says Titans are first place and have been in the playoffs 4 out of the 7 years. Cardinals are in third place in the West. 1 playoff win under the belt in Keim's 10 years, and we keep him because 2 trades he made him to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Facts. We all know the problem, y'all. We all know the problem. We all know the problem. It's just for some reason, Michael Bidwell is just blinded by the idea of keeping his boy there. Don't get it. Great. Y'all looking forward to the draft? No, well, that's the thing. No, the narrative is still out there, man. It's just we got to get rid of Keim. It's out there. The Keim's got to go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's got to go. I don't know if I can fathom another offseason with Keim. Now the big national chains are actually starting to talk about it now. Now the national people are starting to talk about it. With Patrick Peterson saying that Cliff is going to be the scapegoat, it got a lot of people's eyes to start looking into Steve Keim and what he's actually done. Steve Keim hasn't done anything. With the exception of those nice swing trades, right? Those great trades, those look cool. Those are awesome. But y'all, Steve Keim needs to go. Steve Keim needs to absolutely go. And that's on us as fans. If you guys are going to a game, take your Fire Keim sign. If you got a whole family going with you to the game, have somebody carry the F, the I, the R, the E, and the K, the E, the I, the I, and the M. That's up to us as Cardinal fans, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta do it. got to. I know it's hard, right? Keim needs to go. It's just, it needs to happen. Now, I am going to be giving away tickets, the Christmas game tickets. If you guys are interested in Christmas, I know nobody wants to go to these darn games, and I don't blame you at all. But I'm most likely going to be giving away Cardinals versus Bucks on Christmas Day. If you're interested in winning those tickets, the best way that we go about doing it is that you need to become a channel member. It starts off at $2.99. I think there's one for $3.99, and then obviously it kind of goes from there. So if you're interested in winning a game day ticket, Cardinals versus Bucks, become a channel member. Super easy to do. And then your name gets put in a hat. Name gets picked up. Not in a hat, but like in a little virtual spinning wheel thing. And if you win, you get 2 game day tickets. And then you also get a free parking pass as well. So I know for sure I'm going to be giving away that specific game. I'm still deciding if I'm going to this Monday Night Football game. If I do go, I'm going to go for the sole purpose of having my jersey on, the Fire Keim jersey, and make sure that everybody looks at it. Because truth be told here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think anybody wants to go to these games. I don't think anybody wants to go to these games, y'all. Like, it's tough out here. It's tough out here for a Cardinals fan. Let me see if I can find Cardinals versus Patriots tickets right now. Let's go to Ticketmaster. How much do they run you for right now? New England. See tickets. Okay, accept, whatever. My goodness, you can get a ticket right now for 50 bones. 50 bucks. Prime time, Monday night football. Wow. Monday Night Football can get you a ticket for 50 bucks on Ticketmaster. Wow. That's where we are right now, y'all. That's where we are right now. So I'm most likely to give those tickets away. If you guys want to go, cool, no worries. Like I said, it's free. Obviously $2.99 to put yourself in the hat to get a chance to win if you want to become a channel member. If not, no worries. But that's really the only way I could find a fair way to do so. If somebody doesn't want to go to a game, I don't blame you if you guys don't want to go. This is an absolute brutal season right now, and I don't see the Cardinals winning. I really don't. Let's keep going on with the comments. We got about 3 more minutes left here on the hour mark. Let's keep going with the comments. We got, who was our GM before Keim? I know his name. I just have him at the tip of my tongue. I know frick is a frick. How am I slipping this up right now? I'm gonna find out for you right now. Rod Graves. So Rod Graves was our GM before Keim. He was the GM from 2002 to 2012. Before him was Bob Ferguson from 96 to 2001. Then we had Buddy Ryan for 1 year. So for Rod Graves to Steve Keim, 10 years seems to be kind of the situation, right? That we're dealing with right now. So Rod Graves was the guy before Steve Keim. If we did somehow get Sean Payton, like somehow, right? Let's pretend we live in a world where we get Sean Payton. Literally, you could put Adrian Wilson as a GM, right? Just as the face, but have Sean Payton be doing the most of the work. But you could also have Adrian Wilson obviously help, right? Help him out. Or maybe if Adrian Wilson doesn't get promoted, maybe he stays in his position and have Sean Payton do a 2-for-1er. I don't know. So Graves got us to the Super Bowl. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Let's keep it going with the comments here. We got about 1 more minute, so let's maybe get 1 more comment in here. This has been a great conversation here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys for coming through. I think we peaked at 90. Thank you so very much for coming through, y'all. Bidwell ain't fit to be an owner. His friendship matters. Yeah. Then is that? Yeah, no, that's facts, bro. That's absolute facts. Yeah. 100%. That's the sad and unfortunate part. But you're right. His friendship, he values more for Steve Keim. It's what it feels like. Here we go. AZ Fan 1998 coming with the last super chat of the day. Appreciate you, brother. He says this: Adrian Wilson and Sean Payton are the answer. Mic drop. I think that's how we're going to go ahead and end our stream, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian Wilson and Sean Payton. Adrian Wilson and Sean Payton are the answers. We're going to leave it at that. Mic drop, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your day. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you so very much. If we can get some fire emojis, some fist bumps, some whatever emojis in the chat below, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. We have hit our hour mark. Everybody, thank you so very much for coming through. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Thank you for coming through. I know you guys are busy on these mornings, right? With work, with school, with jobs, with anything that you're doing right now. I appreciate your guys' time and you guys coming through. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button on this video, thank you so very much for doing so. If you haven't, definitely do it right now. It helps me out and it's free to do so. Just smack it up. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day. It's been an absolute pleasure, as I said before. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.